right. Good job.
All right.
Oh, I like that.
All right, okay.
I'm looking.
Good ever lasts.
Bye.
Isn't that a good song, Ma?
Yes.
Look, Ma.
Oh.
We got a special co-host. She's always a special co-host, but she's never on camera. She's rarely on camera. This is my sweet little Madre. This is my incubator. I wouldn't have a birth to Earth Day if it weren't for her. Come on.
Right.
It's coming up. They wanted me born. They wanted to induce labor on April 1st, as the story goes. And my lung, I wasn't ready. I said, nope, not in your time. It's in my time, God's time, divine time. And so I wasn't birthed on April 1st. Wasn't until the 99th day, April.
Wow.
April 9th.
Good memory.
I got a lot of karma to refute because there's been a lot of freaking egocentric people born on my birthday that have done terrible, bad things. So I got to be twice as good because they've been so nefarious. Hugh Hefner would be one of them.
Say that word again. Nefarious?
Nefarious. Nefarious. Say it however we want to. Nefarious. Nefarious? Nefariosity?
Oh, that is cute.
Ready to go sit back down, Mom? You done clowning around?
Yeah.
Okay. After you, my dear.
I'm being very serious. I'm not clowning around.
Yeah, you are. We measured each other yesterday. We did the marks on the wall, so when we move out, you'll see these little black dots here. The short one's Ma. And I'm not 5'2", I'm still 5'3" and 3/4. A quarter to that. Anyway.
5'3" and 3/4?
Yeah. So,
Margie, can you stand up straight and like bend over
and touch, yeah, I can put my palms flat.
Oh, does it hurt?
I can put my palms flat on the ground.
Oh, you can. I was wondering if you did.
No, and I'm learning because I've been going to the chiropractor. My last one's tomorrow. I probably won't go again after tomorrow.
At all?
Well, until I need to. She's giving me exercises to do.
Does she do anything about your back?
Oh my God, that's been on. Yeah, see, since we like lived in since I lived in Oregon, like my guts have hurt. Like that's how I can explain it. Like I can imagine people that have had hernias. Things happen, intestines, there's a lot of stuff in there, and I'm one of those that process stress through my stomach to begin with. Like when I worry, I don't eat, stuff like that. A lot of people eat when they're worried. I don't. I freaking burn my stress. I burn my fat when I get stressed out. So I don't anyway. So I eat my feelings. I have, but the older I get, it's like the more consequence there is to eating your feelings. Heart disease, diabetes.
All the things that can affect your...
Yeah, I bought ugly shoes today just for comfort.
You bought ugly
I bought ugly shoes today. Well, I don't know, they're all right. I like the laces. They're reflective. But I told the kid was like, I don't know what he thought of me.
Those are sturdy.
At Big Five,
that's sturdy.
they're like $24. I don't give a shit about brand. It's about comfort, and I tried them on. The first pair I picked up, I thought they were K-Swiss, and they were freaking Adidas, and I was like, oh, I don't like Adidas. I was a kid. When I was like 15, I remember seeing the freaking white K-Swiss, and I thought they were cool. But they're like $56, you know. Now they're probably freaking 130 or whatever. But I don't. But now, as you get older, I was explaining to the kid. I said, "Yeah, I need more." I said, "I've worn Vans my whole life.
You were what?
I wore Vans. I've always wore Vans."
Those are sturdy shoes.
No, not really. No, not so much. I mean, they're comfort. We wear. Anyway, so you get older, people don't think about your feet, how much damage my feet I got like bone spurs. I wonder how many times I've chipped bones. I had a guy, when I was a freshman, the maintenance guy ran over my foot. I was screwing around and I was like, dude, don't go. You know, I was like, oh, because we were talking to him and I was screwing around and he thought I moved my foot and I hadn't, and he ran over. Yeah, and then Nicole Brown literally burned rubber on the top of my foot in her Ford Maverick, in her 73 Ford Maverick. It was snowed that day, and she wasn't supposed to drive her car. Her dad was a highway patrolman. Like, she couldn't get her driver's license unless she took Hunter to safety. You know, that kind of stuff. You know, and so cracks me up. Okay, it was snowed that day, and she got stuck in the snow, and she was like desperate. Her dad got home at like 2:30, and so she was like panicked to get home before he did, right? Although I'm sure she found out because all he had to do was see the tracks. You know that she drove home, you know. But she got busted no matter what. But anyway, she was panicky, and so me and this girl, we were like bouncing on the back of her car to like her Maverick to get it dislodged from the snow, and then like I was like had the fender and was like pushing on it, and then Janice was bouncing on it, so we were pushing and bouncing at the same time. And it like became dislodged, and it went up over my BK, and freaking she spun out. It got traction on it, and she spun out, and it freaking burned a hole through, and sliced my foot. So I've had a lot of damage done to my feet, you know. That just, you know. So you get older, and then that's why you can start feeling it when it rains. Like you feel when it's gonna rain. Like in bad knees and stuff like that. Like aches and pains. I have a lot of aches and pains. I've been bit by a lot of animals. I've been hit and I've been beat up by people. I've been kicked in the face, knocked down a flight of stairs. People just have used me as a, you know, until I learned to fucking stand up for myself and not allow it. Then the tables turned. But the thing of it is, for years and years, number of years, I still continue to use that alcohol, and every time I use alcohol, I lose. Like, it's just so, but now I don't drink alcohol. People don't bother me so much anymore.
Oh, they don't affect you.
Well.
Because you have your own power.
Yeah.
You've taken your power back.
Yeah. I yield quite a bit, but it's Aries season. I'm all kinds of fired up. Hi, welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a Hail Empath. I just like having these little talks on the way I feel about things, hanging out with Ma. I got my t-shirt on today. It was funny, this person posted a mood, and they were flipping off the rainbow flag, and it's all on Twitter. It's all mood. There's already a flag that represents everybody. It's called the American flag, or something, and then F you gay flag. And I was like, no worries, homie, I got you covered, and posted a picture of my t-shirt. And I was like, I came up with this when I was 9 years old. Straight people like rainbows too. It's all embroidered.
Oh, really?
Yeah. My ex-girlfriend made them. I wanted her to make my other t-shirt, but she said she'd get a hold of me Monday, and that was like a year ago. And I'm not going to press it. So, Mom and I, the song in the beginning we were listening to, I found it today. It's by Iris DeMent.
Iris.
Infamous Angel. It came out Dement. DEMENT. Iris, like the flower.
Oh.
Infamous Angel. And it's a country song from the year I graduated high school, 1992. And it's called Our Town.
Our Town?
Our Town. And it's the last song that they played in the closing credits of the series finale of Northern Exposure.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a good song. It's a good song. So, Mom and I dance a lot. There's like, yeah, we have a good time. Huh, Mom?
Yes, we do.
Yep.
We only live once.
You think so? You don't think we come back over and over and over and over again and see? Really?
No.
You don't think there was a lifetime, or is it all happening congruently now? Do you think that there was a lifetime that I was your mother, and you were my daughter, and like you were the father, like we were one carnation, that you were Benny, and I was Tucker, you know, and Artie was you, and you know, I mean, Mom, there's infinite possibilities. People limit themselves with like 3 that a bunch of rich fucking dumbasses give them. And they're like, okay, this is reality. Okay, well, thank you for reality. I'll just take this reality and I'll put this reality in my pocket. And I'm going to walk up the road with this reality. And I'm going to tell everybody, here, this is reality because this people over here said this is what it is. And everybody's going to be served their doses of reality. All the while, all these people that are divvying out the reality are all, look at these fucking idiots. We're all like alien ant farm science projects. You know, we're all from space, man. We all got space dust in us. And yet, everybody that lives on the planet looks at anything, you know, as alien, but fucking not us. You know, everything else is alien. We come from space, but we're not alien. But the aliens are coming? You're the fucking alien, dipshit. And what do you use your power for? Evil shit. People use their power for evil, for chase and sensation, for putting body just, and you know, so that is so perpetuated. This society is perpetuated by shooting goo, by sex. Industries, perverts, just, you know, you can't even enjoy somebody and be in their company, male, female, it don't matter. It always goes to, do they want me? Am I gonna be banging them? People, societies are revolved around this. I'm one of those old-fashioned people. I think the courting part is more fun than the rest of that. Getting to know somebody. How many people would not have kids that they don't want now if they waited to screw the person that they screwed? If they just waited to see if they even liked them. But now there's a person on the planet. And what happens to the person that's left between 2 people that hate each other? You grow up a little wound up like me. I'm a product of that. So we don't want that happening. We don't want any frickin', you know, how many kids wouldn't exist for frickin' alcohol? Some guy wants that, so get her drunk and then here, take it. Or the other way around, some girl wants that, gets him drunk. He was like, I was gonna wait till I was gonna get married. All stories are applicable. They all apply, you know. We live in all things possible. Every person on this planet is having an individual separate experience of this earth. So how many different versions of Earth are congruently happening right now? And like the more people you get to look at something, like the dipshits with the fucking the dumbass freaking actor that's playing a role that like he used to be on a variety show. He's the head of the country that Russia's taken back because he played the piano with his penis. This is an actual thing. Exactly. So what else do you think perverts like that are doing? They don't have any restraint. They don't have any yield. They don't have God to say, hey, don't do that. It's gross and perverted. Yeah. Mom often says when I change the CDs on whenever we're watching, it's a smart TV. It's an old ass TV. I got it standing in line freaking in the middle of the night. Nebraska winter on a Black Friday. The only Black Friday item I ever bought. It's worth it though. Because I can put my camera card in it and then show pictures of mom pictures on the TV in real big. So that's cool. Not a lot of TVs do that, I don't think. Anyway, my train of thought just derailed. Because I went off on my tangent. Oh, I'll just talk about this. I had opportunity. I like to take opportunities to be a service to other people, and this is what more I watch astrologers all day long. Do their readings, their updates. Talk about their specials, and I do the math. I know how much. I mean, some of these readers are making freaking like $240,000 a year. I mean, it's not even a joke because they got all these people reading for them. It's not just them.
What do they do?
They just do astrology readings. They freaking put some codes in, read at the and then give the person their representation of their interpretations of what the planets mean in their life. I do that. I've explained that to people in layman's term my whole entire life. They can figure out how to do it themselves. Not have to pay somebody freaking $500 for a fucking reading. And by the way, what are all these people doing with their excess? Because there's always opportunity to help. So today, got to take Ashley, pick her up and give her a ride from where she works, the pizza spot, over by the where my chiropractor is actually. And she their baby's due July 31st, Leo.
How old is she?
Younger than me. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not good with I've never been good with age cuz I don't play that game. So, she's just younger than me. Maybe 30s. I don't know. I'm starting to get up there. So, Artie, come over here, lay down, you hot dog. I'll turn on the AC soon, homie. Good boy. So they're camping out. They're camping out outside of town at the national forest because they're a victim of one of those people that a landlord that wanted to do something different from where they live. So they had to get out. And so they've been living in a bus, and then the bus broke down. And they've been living up in a campground, but the fuckers at the forestry department outside Taos, New Mexico, these fuckers, man, you guys fucking suck. And this is where the disconnect is, and I'll tell you why. Because I get out and I hang out with people and I talk with people, and I've had the same problems that they've had, They've overcome before, and they'll prevail. But right now, things have really been kind of hard for these folks, right? Propane in the winter, rotating 5-gallon. People don't have comprehension of this because they're just living their life, living the best motherfucking versions of their lives, But I'm hanging down with the people that you guys don't even look at. All you fuckers are hanging out in Sedona and shit, At your conferences, Love and Light and shit. I hang out with people you guys don't look at. You wouldn't bother yourself with. Right? Even though that's what it's all about, right? So we're driving out, we're having a conversation, and she's talking to me because they put a lock in the beginning of winter, they put a lock on the gate. So they got a 2-year-old little boy, too. So this young family, they got to walk up the hill. Husband had back surgery. He's got a bad back. He walk up in the snow and ice just because these forest range dick faces never fucking worked a hard day in your fucking life. So fat, mad you haven't seen your penis in 20 years. Your wife hasn't fucking liked you. She left you. She hates you. Your kids, they never talk to you no more. So what do you guys do? And it's like, what's their option? I was getting so far. I'm like, what can you do? Like, literally, you can't go down to the city hall and say, like, where do you go? You can't get a hold of anybody on the phone. Thus, the cracks of society are turning into canyons. Right in front of people's... And look, I know millionaires, man. My brother's a millionaire. I know so many people that have the power to help me and Mom put us in a better position just like that. I'm related, yeah, that I've known for years. People that I thought were friends, you know, stuff like that. But they're just, people are programmed, no, you don't do that. You don't do that. You don't do that. You don't, your charity is given to nonprofits where these nonprofit CEOs pay themselves millions of dollars to talk about how their organization helps people. Yet there's all these people, and I remember we were in Arizona like just a year ago. The VA, I called the VA, like, we're going to be homeless. I'm staying with this crazy woman. She is not above putting me and Mom out on the street. She's fucking nuts. And her stupid little fucking daughter, twat face too. You know? They were evil, wicked, man. Like, so, yeah, like, I would cry, you know. Like, what, you know, they thought I was so sensitive. I was crying because of the mean things they were saying. I was crying because I was restraining myself. Because I would, like, you know, oh, look at the little lady going through the plate glass window. You know what I mean? I'm imagining this but you don't act on that stuff because it's mean. You don't put on your people. I don't think things like that very often. But that is definitely a testimony to how wicked that woman was. And she literally threatened to put us out on the street. Me, Mom, and all the dogs and cat in the middle of winter in fucking Arizona. So I called the VA system worthless. 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 The VA, that is the biggest... If that place closed the doors, the VA clinics, the whole entire... close. Be done. You people, you're not worth the resource hog that you are. All military, as far as I'm concerned. Y'all fucking let yourself go. All those pictures of fucking Biden and shit, you know, eating pizza and stuff. Those fucking soldiers were a disgrace. Slouching, slumping. I don't fucking care if you don't like the guy. You signed up to suck his dick, so suck it. Sit up straight and suck it. Obedient little bitch that you signed up to be. You ain't defiant. You're a scumbag. Your uniforms were out of order. That room should have been at attention. Yeah, it was chow hall, but there was like no... Why would they respect the guy, though? Because he's a scumbag. Scumbag see scumbag. Scumbag, slouchy, recognizes scumbag. That's a lot of money to go to a system dedicated to scumbags. Maybe it wasn't always like that. Maybe at one time the military was a place where people of integrity went to do things, to make things change. I did 6 years in the Air Force because it was the swinging dick club. Rules, policies, regulations, it didn't matter. Fuckers would take military planes, fly out to Virginia, play golf with their buddies, call it a training exercise, and fly home to have fucking whiskey with their buddies at the fucking officers club. All on our dime. Happened all the time at Offutt Air Force Base. Yeah. It's all shit. It's all shit. My education that I got from this. I'm a stay-at-home dada. But, I don't know. I've done more in my life than frickin' most people have. Because I've been at the bottom, made it to the top, said, God, there's a bunch of scumbags up there. I want to hang out up there. And then took it down. Well, God took me down. It's probably a more accurate depiction. No, please, Susie, don't thank me for my service. Don't. You can thank me for flipping off baby bitch Bush on 9/11 as he taxied by the runway at Office Air Force Base, because nobody stood next to me and did it. Because it was all, no, everybody get inside, you don't, no in and out, because you can't even open a door when they're taxiing by. So it's just all this bullshit, you know? And I'm like, I hope he fucking sees. I hope he sees. I hope he I hope he look. That would be so rad if on 9/11 he saw my fucking finger out the door. Wouldn't that be cool, Ma? George bitch Bush? Somebody on that plane did. Somebody saw me. You can thank me for that. Yeah, huh? Yeah. See, I used to care about all that 3D shit, and then I worked at fucking, like, the 19th Jesuit university in the nation. Like, you know, people, they recruit kids from Hawaii. They have people that go out to, like, Hawaii and to these different places and recruit kids that they want to go to their school to create, right? And so they can give them their stupid degrees. And then, you know, they go out, like, freaking, it's all a club. Then, like, Newsom, that scumbag, that's the governor of California. You know, it's like, all because of everybody he knows, he's been put in the position of where he's at. You know, it's all about who you, whole world is just a big old fat, greasy ball of hairy nepotism. You know, people don't get anywhere. You don't get anywhere for being a good person. You don't. You get where God wants you to be for being a good person. You know it? Because decent people, they don't want all of the stuff for them, plus all of your shit too. Are people seeing the manifestations in Aries season? I went to the coffee shop this morning, and I watched a red Hummer, a dipshit in a red Hummer. People still fucking buy those. I got pictures on Heart when I was in Operation Iraqi bullshit. I have actual photos of the flight line. And I was like, oh my God, this is what this is what the war's all. There was like, they delivered, that's when, in 2000, that's when they like started the Humvee, right? The Hummer, right? These little stupid little fucking bullshit. It's like 8 miles to the gallon. They're just they're just bullshit. So, hundreds of them just lined up, waiting to go in and fucking kill people in Iraq where we had no business being, to liberate some false idea of what some freaking cokehead liar said, you know. And then later in their circles they mock it, and all of these truths are being revealed. They're all, anyway. I freaking hate this dipshit this dipshit There's a dog laying down that comes and hangs out at the coffee shop. You know, he comes through, says hi to people, other people, you know, there's regulars bring their dog. So I've seen this dog. It's like a German Shepherd. He's a good dog. There are these two cars parked, and he was sitting in between it. And I see, here comes freaking dipshit in a fucking red Hummer. And I'm like, dude, he's not even stopping. I had my phone up. I should have totally recorded it and then taken it inside to show him himself. Because people do shit like that, and they think that, but he freaking smack. Like, I'm surprised he didn't knock off the whole pole swing. The cords were swinging. I'm surprised dipshit didn't freaking knock off his spare tire, which incidentally he probably couldn't fucking change himself either. You have a good night, Susie. Go help George. I always like that name, George. So yeah, smacked. All the freaking people are out. People are just, I was asking the girl, because she works at a restaurant, and I was like, the energies are really potent right now. I said, how's it showing up in your life? Right? And so she's explaining how she had a manager, how they had to sit down and have a conversation to clear the air. And she's like, so it makes sense that you're talking about the energy right now. I said, people are going to have to learn to talk it out, or they're going to duke it out. Got all these freaking emotional freaking stumps that don't know how to address their feelings that they're having. And so people, more often than not, go from, when they're scared about something, they go to anger. And I know this because I'm talking from personal experience, yeah? Yeah. I was thinking about that today. I don't get haircuts because they look cute. I get them so my head doesn't explode when I'm surrounded by some bullshit. I just say, buzz it on the side and the back, and she's like, okay, I do typeface. I don't care about the rest. I shouldn't have said that. Hey, Maud. But plus, I've got some I got funky ass calyx as it is to begin with, but it's also been trained the last however year and a half since we left with like ponytails and stuff, so it's I'm glad I don't gotta look at it. Anyway, things are pretty good. I brought my camera today. I was trying to frickin' go find I need to get out earlier to go find they got a lot of golden eagles around here. I got these guys the other day. I like this guy. I keep getting good pictures of him. He's the cantankerous one. He's totally making eyes at me. I want that off. No. I want that mini to go away. Oh, fuck it. He's making eyes at me. I think he likes it when I call him the troublemaker. So, I think I might ride a horse this summer. I think I might. I've been working past that fear since I was 5 years old, and that lady in Santa Margarita was the story was she was brushing her horse's hair, and the horse got mad and like turned and nipped at her and got her in the neck and bit her. And I know that dogs read people and cats read people, because I could always watch how an animal, even when I was a little kid, I'd watch how an animal responded to a person, and then I'd pay attention. And then usually, more often than not, the person would verify why the dog was skeptical of him to begin with. Because people freaking are creepy, man. That's what it's like. Oh, you live in a world that you're afraid all the time. You're going to draw stuff that you're afraid. Yeah, I get that. But at the same time, there's a lot of really uneducated people that are putting themselves in harm's way, especially like with this whole nomadic movement, go live in a van, it's fun, it's like, anyway, those, like, the people that were getting harassed that I gave her a ride today, those guys, and then the guy, like, the husband was getting worked up, and I was starting to get worked up. And she kept pointing to me like, yeah, like I was channeling her husband's frustration, because I've been faced with that, Mom. We've been, we haven't had a forever home since we left Omaha. It's been years. I mean, and that's the only one we've ever had. Really? So, I mean, you lived in that place for a long time in Anderson, but anyway, so I could feel, I understand that fear. And these fucking agencies, man, these government agencies, they suck. They're useless. Why, there should not be power lines anywhere, you fat lazy fucks. They should be cleared. You guys should be maintaining the forest. You're not doing none of that. There's burned shit down. And I think there's a big old huge forest fire in Colorado right now. So much of this stuff can be prevented, but you guys are just driving around your big stupid $80,000 trucks, freaking bullying people that are fucking homeless in Taos, New Mexico. Then this guy, he's getting upset. He's like, and they don't have a gun, they're not armed. They're not freaking heathens, She has a job, he stays at the bus with the 2-year-old, Now, God, they got to find someplace permanent, because now July 30th is going to come up quick. They're going to have 2 little ones. They don't want to and then, but the husband's like, what are we supposed to do? And I'm like, that's what you should say. Ask these people, what are we supposed to do? Where are we supposed to go? Give me a number to call. Give me a name. Give me somebody that can put us in touch to do something, because all these agencies, all these nonprofits, they all exist to help people like them, but they never do. So they're just paying themselves. They're just paying themselves. But look at all the families, all the cousins, all the people that benefit from these absorbent resource sucks. When everyday people don't get how easy it is to freaking lose your place to live, because landlords are turning people out left and right all over the place, and then they're at like $2,000 a month. It's just rents and stuff. It's like, what, in Taos, for fucking who? They don't even have a Burger King here. It's all McDonald's and a couple mom and pop shops, but there's no kind of freaking. Anyway, things are gonna get fun though, that's for sure. I don't think they're gonna. I don't know. I don't think. But at the same thing, I always think they're gonna get bigger than they are. When I get to meditate and let my mind go, because that's the only place I get to go to freaking fully just let go and imagine and do all that stuff. That's where I think of that stuff, in a place, in a world that is, where everybody, there's empty places all over the place. They have these real estate agents, and their real estate agents are like, oh, ask $489,000 for this 2-bedroom, 1 bath. It's 50 years old. Cars around here, pieces of junk, 240,000 miles, 18, 22 years old. They want like 9,000. It's like, oh, it runs good and hard. That's because everything's about to break, and you know it. And you're trying to get rid of it before all the stuff that, just dissolve, all the cables dissolve, all the seals start breaking, and oil I see it all over the place. I see oil dumps on all the roads from where people just, oh, there it went. Just gone. And then you could see where they just try to go. Sometimes you'll still see the car there on the side of the road, but people don't maintain their stuff. They don't take care of their it's just buy more. But we're getting into a place where energy, man, people just are determining that they don't need as much as they think that they do. They really do. It was just 38. They really don't need as much as they think they do. Because once you find inner peace, as a matter of fact, and if you're promoting inner peace and things like that, and you're still freaking taking in, oh, here's some charity. Here's a free reading. When you're bringing home $6,000 for two 30-minute sessions, maybe an hour session twice a month for like a full moon activation and a new moon, you know what I mean? $6,000. I hope you're putting people in houses. That's what people need to be doing. Just regular people helping regular people in grandiose ways, not grandy gross. Anyway, I think a lot of people are taking this opportunity to gather, kind of regroup. Right before you start, because it's good to leave the overgrowth. See, overgrowth is good. People freaking trim things and they don't do stuff right. Anyway, I think overgrown is good, and then you let it do its natural thing, and then that when after winter, especially around here, and all of the snow pack and stuff like that, and grass and weeds and things like that, when spring hits, the butterflies and the pollinators, the bees and stuff, they like that stuff, and the stuff in the ground is still just stretching, waking up. Oh, it's been a long cold winter, it feels the warmth, the ground's warming up, but it's still doing what it's stuff to do. And then You know, once it starts, right, that's when I start really cleaning up. But I get it. It's fun. Cooperation is nature's way. That's what this whole planet is supposed to do, is just help each other out. And it's just got terribly, terribly out of control with people's grandy gross. You know? People play too much. People have played too much for too much self-care, too much lazy, too much gluttony, too much lack of discipline, no fucking accountability, too much of that. And the whole planet's gotten soft and unhealthy and scared. And scared because it makes them more susceptible because they didn't do the work. You know, but now people, right, everybody went and got healthy last 2 years because you had every opportunity, you know, if you wanted to lose a bunch of weight, maybe go a plant-based diet, not forever, but for a little while. You know, do different things to do, you know, get rid of those nasty habits. This winter, something different this winter than I did last winter. Last winter, I was drinking because I was just self-soothing like a mofo after that whole Arizona bullshit. But this winter, I didn't freaking... You know, I wasn't drinking coffee with my sweet creamer in it, my peppermint creamer in it. But I did find a gas station with nice people and good stuff at it today. And it's like, it was only 402. It was 4012 at the other place up the road, but it was only 402 at this place. And they have a lot more selection and stuff. And they have that really good beef jerky, that green chili from Virgil, that beef jerky. And, they have peppermint mocha creamer. So every now and again I can spend $1.67 on a cup of coffee with some of my favorite, you know, instead of these stupid coffee shops, $6 for what, your sunny stupid disposition that you made me wear a mask for no dumb reason, even after you could have stopped, you still did it anyway. You douche, you know, because you're just a little... Maybe your wife will beg you. Anyway, little bitch. Oh, little bitches, men and women. See, I just read energy. I don't care about nationality, color of your skin. I don't care about any of that stuff. And people are just shallow. So anyway, little Tango, little orange guy, freaking. I didn't sleep last night. I'm not sleeping. Because he came in. I'm not letting them out. They're getting locked in the bathroom next time I let dogs out here this next round. When the sun goes out their last time before bed, I'm locking them up because I feel better when they're in. Because animals get killed around here. And, you know, and I don't want that kind of... It's the energy's too potent right now. Things are too aggressive. And that includes animals. Safety tip right now. This is kind of cool. I went and got these shoes, and I walk up to the register, and this guy's like, they were talking about saving gas. I said, you want some gas saving tips? I got some gas saving tips for you. Get gas in the morning. Number one tip. Get gas in the morning. Do not get gas in the afternoon. Gasoline expands when it gets warm. And as the day goes on, it gets warmer in the tank. So, get gas in the morning and don't top it off because gasoline expands. If you top it off to the very tippy top and it expands, it has nowhere to go. You might cause yourself some problems. And of course, when the fuel truck is in the parking lot, go to another gas station. Do not get gas when a fuel truck, and they knew that one. That one's pretty common though. Stirs up shit, debris. And I love it. Those people are saying, there's not stuff that falls down in there. Okay. Every time they unscrew the lid, every time they remove the cap, dust, dirt, debris falls down that shaft. Every single time. And they get gas that one gas station gets like every day. So that's a lot of in and out, you know. That's sediment, that's, you know, hardware, FOD, foreign object debris, you know. And people don't think about this stuff because it can gunk up your shit, man. You don't want to gunk up your shit, man. Anyway, so this guy was talking about I love these encounters. I just got my ugly shoes. and the kid was talking, and then he's like, I was just telling them about my uncle who is richer. He has so much money. He's just richer. My ex Shannon used to say richer than God. Because she has an uncle, a freaking retired fucking D-bag, worked at the Pentagon. Yeah, more money than God for sure. Anyway, it's all blood money too. Fucking scumbag. GA's a scumbag. J. Schmitz, you're a scumbag. And I know it, and your whole family knows it, but they just love your money. That's what people do, man. The people the shit people tolerate because people have money. I'm wearing a shirt because blood money. It's a blood money shirt. But it has a nice positive message, so I'm trying to transmute that a little bit. Meow meow. Which kitty is that? Is that Tango? Yeah, Tango tried to pull an all-nighter last night. This is him this morning. After his all-nighter. I got some really sweet picture of Mom and Tucker today. Oh, you're not going out. He didn't come in until like 2 o'clock in the morning. And then he has a little scratch on his nose because he was putting his little nose someplace where he shouldn't have been. Let that be a lesson to me. I got a scratch on my nose from... This is from Sitter. So he's always with me. Because I put my nose in some place where I should not, and people don't do things to learn, and then they don't learn their lessons. They keep living their loops. Are their loops up yet? A lot of people are wrapping up loops right now, recognizing lifestyle decisions as loops of psychology and behavior, and then they're like, ultimately, this is not advancing me as a spiritual being in this incarnation. I think I need to make better choices. So, people are taking in more data. I see, that's what I think data is. You know, it's not just, you know, typing in a question in Google and then waiting for that electricity to respond, zeros and ones to do their little magic thing, and then come up with the result based on an algorithm. You know, things that I get a lot of ideas when I'm freaking sun gazing through my eyelids during like the peak of light. I'm getting ideas in like photosynthesis. You know, I'm reading a book. I'm trying to read. I hate reading. I'm not a reader. For so many reasons. I could probably name 5 right now, but I'm not gonna. But I'm trying to read because I'm trying to just do things that are not comfortable just to be in the discipline of it. So I'm reading a book about Edgar Cayce in Atlantis. See, and it's so funny. This is the cool part about reading. When I was young, I read, but the cool part about reading is because I find more ways to identify with things, right? Because I was like Edgar Cayce when I was a young girl, and I believe that if all the information and all the data is out there, that all I had to do is tune in like a radio to the frequency, and I could experience it myself. Is that why they always had me go to shrinks when I was a kid, Ma? So, hey Spirit Tree, how you doing? How you been? I wonder how you're doing. I wonder how things are where you are. I miss your talks. You have a nice cadence. You have a nice voice cadence. Yeah, he's got a soothing voice. You're busy. Life's busy. Everybody's busy. And people are starting to get more active. I just want them to use their energy. All this life source kundalini, you know. A lot of people tie that energy to the spring solstice, you know. And then they mess it up with the frickin' Easter. Jesus Christ resurrected as an Aries, you know. But no, you can't talk about Aries because of ooga booga. Ooga de boogity. I was all excited. We were at the stoplight and we looked up. I looked up August, you know, and I was reading what this kid, you know, potentially could be. Has the potential, not set in stone. You know, the kid has free will. It can decide if it's gonna live its astrology. We all do. Some astrology is just pretty potent, and some of us is just not living my. I'm living my astrology today. Scorpio moon, Aries sun, Cancer rising, ready, set. I don't need a gun. I can go blah with my mouth. I stun people sometimes. I just, all I have to do is talk about how they're behaving in a way, and then they think about what they're doing. I just get them to take a moment to look at themselves. People don't like it. I know, because I used to hate it. I grew up with mom drilling in my head emotional. I was a tantrum thrower. Guess what? Guess I still can be. When I was young, and mom tried to press just emotional control. You need to learn to control your emotions, because if you do not learn to control your emotions, you will find yourself in institutions where people will control them for you. And you will not have the freedoms, and you will not have the liberties, and you will not be able to you won't get to go ride because you will just have to do what you're told all the time because you can't control yourself. And now we're surrounded in a society of the people that are in charge that are supposed to actually, if people can't have limits, help them out. But they don't have limits. And it's creating a really weird thing. You know? And they're getting people fired up about stuff. You know what? You know what made me lose faith in DT? Like, I always knew, I was like, okay, it's a circle of greed. You know, he's a dirty Jesuit too. It was always like, you know, but really it was like, now they just all suck. No, I'm not, they're not on my radar. It's like, I'll look to see, I'll use it as data, as input, as a data point, you know, for things, but I don't got, no, he left Assange sitting. And he fucking pardoned fucking Lil Wayne. So, as far as I'm concerned, we are on the same plane. And all that storyline of all the people that just think that he, you know, yeah, he serves a role. He plays his he's a fucking, he's just like the rest of the asses with the freaking dangling carrot that just keeps people going around in a circle and following the bullshit. You know, he just sold a freaking hotel for $345 million, I believe, to the government. I mean, it's like, are homeless people going to live there? No, they can't shit in gold toilets. Those people don't deserve it. They want to, you know, and talking with these people that are camping out there, I guarantee you folks, most of these people, they don't want to live that way. You know, so all these people traveling around, it's fun, it's cute. You get to fucking live like that for a couple months a year, go back to your regular life. You know, a lot of these kids, they're making the best out of getting kicked out because, like I was talking about earlier, they're born into an environment where their fucking parents hate them. But there's no place that they can go because the places that bring them in are the freaking dirty pervy kids, are the dirty pervy guys. Oh, you know, the sugar daddies and the mamas and making young kids, you know. I want to give people, I have so many ideas on how to give these people, these travelers, an alternative place to go. Only thing is, it is a dry campus. You can leave your booze in the locker out at the gate because you can't, no alcohol. It'll be 420 friendly, you know. And you know what? We can talk about, you got other cravings? Leave those in the locker too. You know, like you got needles and shit like that? Leave them in the locker, and in the time on this campus, we will talk about why you do what you do. And maybe we can get to the sources of some of this stuff and get more of these people to put this stuff down and give them positive solutions. Because you know what? So many of us, I feel like a throwaway. I felt like society has thrown me and mom away. And they've been throwing mom away since she was brought into the system and taken from her family in the 1950s when they were making CPS and all that bullshit to pay themselves. Where's her justice? Where's her justice? Where's her family? I don't know. I keep trying to find them. They're around here in New Mexico someplace, But if that's God's design, I should start seeing my face and people around me. Because she's got relatives around here, But the government has never done anything to help just regular people. They don't do it. They just pay themselves to. Unless you know somebody and have a direct line and extension. And now, mom don't leave the house. So if anybody wants to see her, you're going to have to do it here, any government agency. Mom don't leave the house. She ain't going to go down to where you are. Because she's an elder. And she deserves better than that. She deserves what they did to her when she was born. She deserves better than what they did to her when I was born. That put a damper on our relationship. Think about it. Your baby daughter is born under questionable circumstances. I don't even know my parents were divorced. I don't know the circumstances of my birth because my parents hate each other. So I can't imagine it being, it was all, I don't know. Anyway, so that's another story. But they didn't like each other. And then when I was born, they cut her uterus in half. They sterilized her. There was an episode on it, on Longmire, TV, they talk about it. Oh, that is a storyline on TV, and then they use that as a defense. That doesn't happen. That happens on TV. No, it happens on TV because it happens to people like my mother in real life. They cut her uterus in half, took out one of her ovaries, which created a hormonal imbalance, which freaking shorted out her mind, which made it very difficult for my brother and I growing up. From time to time, but she's also very psychic and very aware and very in tuned. And and then they get here, drink this horse urine pills, Premarin, and that'll balance out your hormones when we fucked you up to begin with. They mutilated her, and then a couple years later, they took out her other ovary. They completed it, and she leveled out a little bit, but they gave her. But these fucking, as far as I'm concerned, men never have any fucking right to tell a woman what to do with their body. And they didn't have permission to do that in San Bernardino, in the hospital in San Bernardino on April 9th, 1974, at 11:01 a.m. A doctor made that decision without her permission. They could have taken out both. I mean, but they shouldn't have taken out anything. They should have left her fucking uterus intact, but they didn't. And how many of this has this happened to? People happen to. So no, I'm all Team Turtle Island. I don't give a shit what happens. Fucking, I don't care, dude. It's all bullshit. It's all so fucking. It's all for membership and it's all clubs, and I'm not in any of them. So